great at your craft does not equal to running a great business.
I feel the key is definitely to enjoy what you're doing, because if you're not enjoy what you're doing and you're doing a lot of it, you'll eventually burn out.
Your network is your network. Even today, I have a book that I write all the slangs at the back of the notes. The little trick is when you want to have a conversation inside the temple, not when you are going outside the temple. And I was constantly looking at the bottom because I was looking for subtitles. One of the greatest lines I took from that entire 2 days conference is stop consuming, start creating.
Welcome to Call Me Didi. I'm your host Diva.
And I'm your host Sanchi, and let's get into today's episode. Today, it's our episode in Brisbane with lovely Krish here. Welcome, Krish.
Hi girls, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very, very much for having me and making the effort to come to Brisbane. And,
To specially meet you.
Exactly.
all my life I've been waiting for this moment. And this moment has done. God, thank you.
For all of our audience, I'm going to quickly introduce Krish for you. Krish Ravipati is a funny father who embarrasses his kids with dad jokes. These are his words. And he's a wonderful husband and a fantastic friend. He just happens to run a few businesses and also help migrants along the way.
Let me tell you, I absolutely loved your bio, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of the times when you ask people to send us their bio, like everybody, and like I do this too, like we start talking about our work straight up, and like that's what we introduce ourselves as. But you introduced yourself as your identity, like yourself as a person, which is so good. I admire so much about you. This part, this is really good.
Probably, yeah. I think, a lot of people, we do identify with what job we do. Sad part, but that's how we were taught, I guess, in the schools and universities. But if you just flip it as, it becomes very philosophical to start off the discussion, I guess, is what's the purpose of your life? But don't think too big. Just, what do you enjoy? I enjoy eating gulab jamuns. Introduce yourself as someone who loves gulab jamuns.
Gulab jamun lover.
So I said, look, let's make it funny. Let's make it casual. And it is true though. I love my kids, and very blessed to have, a wife who cooks nice sambar to eat.
How
So
cute.
that's the main thing. And yeah, just happen to have some businesses.
That's so cute. I love that already. But I do want to ask you, and this is my first question to you, which is, how are you, but in life?
I am bloody fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Couldn't be better. There is a reason why I say that is I genuinely believe that every morning when we open our eyes, it's a new life, right? It's a bit morbid when I say the next sentence. Every night when you close your eyes, go to bed, you're dead. And every morning you open your eyes, it's a new life. You just have a bit of memory, and that memory you just carry forward. Yeah, the tea is hot, cold drink is cold. It's just the memory. But if you don't know, everything is exciting, everything is new. So when you wake up and say that, oh my God, this is good. And if you're acutely curious, every single day is like that. So I'm very fortunate that I get an opportunity to live like this. So I'm genuinely excited. And, and get to meet people, like you, who are very exciting to talk to and very accomplished at a very young age. And it's inspiring to see too. So that's why I'm honestly, genuinely very excited.
I relate to you.
Tell me.
I do. I am very similar to you in that aspect. I feel like I can get excited about anything. Like, it's just so fun to just experience the sunrise every day, for example, right?
Yes, correct.
And I feel like that's the whole point of life. Like, just experiencing the mundane things and like feeling so beautiful about them. Like, my favorite part of the day is waking up in the morning, making my chai and sitting and drinking my chai and just enjoying it. That's something that I enjoy every single day.
That's right. And people tend to forget, don't they?
Of
They
course.
go like they get too bogged down with day-to-day stuff, and they forget to enjoy those little chai moments and sunrise moments.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at life, I guess.
Do you think that your partner being Australian has had that impact? Because the way I see it, I feel like very few people, especially in countries that we come from, which is
Yes.
India, have this, thought about life, and they're so stuck into just their career and leveling up. But I feel like living in Australia can change that perspective a little bit, because here it's more about enjoying life and, I guess, working to live. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
Working
and
to
not
live.
living to work.
Living to work.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're right. Probably I'll answer this in two parts. One is let's call it funny part. When you first get married, or when you find your partner, start living with them, there's a saying that first 1 year the wife listens to the husband, and the second year the husband listens to the wife, and third year onwards these people fight and the neighbors listen to them. Right?
So funny.
Whereas in our case, because I joke, I don't understand English. So when Felicity shouts at me, I feel like she's actually talking to me. Like Australia is a great country, right? And she goes like, I'm shouting at you. No, Australia is a good country. So miscommunication is a blessing. When you don't know what each other is saying, that's a funny part. But I guess yes. In a real world, is like when you have this respect to each other. It's very cliche saying this, but just respect. Like, we're all people, we're all human beings.
Yeah.
End of the day, we grow old together in a long journey. Of course, marriage is not bed of roses all the time. You do have your quarrels, you do have your misunderstandings, but think long term. It's long term. End of the day, you want a partner who you can go home, give a hug, and give a kiss on the cheek and say, hey, had a good day, thank you. Or look, let's agree to disagree, let's have a chai, enjoy the chai moment and be quiet, watch our show. I think if you don't take yourself seriously, I think any marriage is a good marriage. It doesn't have to be. We're all human beings, I guess. It's just we're born on different lands.
Yes.
So yeah, she is English. She's a bit whiter than me. That's about it. That's the difference.
Oh.
But I'm more intelligent than her. Is it going on record? Isn't it? Don't show it to her. But yeah, it's been a good journey.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, we will get into, you've achieved a lot in life, and you own a few businesses now, and that's a journey we definitely want to explore in this podcast. But I want to talk to you about your initial motivations to come to Australia. So I'm imagining you were somewhere in your teens when you decided to move. So tell us about that. What made you move about 25 years ago?
A very boring story. Very boring story, right? Again, you're laughing already. So we were a bunch of friends. One of the girls in our group twisted her ankle. I was the only guy who was driving a car back then. So she said, hey, Krish, I'm your good friend. Why didn't you drop me home? Because they were all walking. I said, all right, I'll drop you home. And I dropped her home. She was making a good chai for all of us, for three friends. There were three boys and her, good friends, bunch of friends. We dropped her. She was showing an album. I was looking at the album, and then I saw her brother. And I said, oh, so it was I think he was in snowy mountains or somewhere. That's a cool photo, and flicked it. And he was in front of a red car. And I said, that's a cool car. Where's your brother? And she said, oh, he's in Melbourne. And I go like, where is Melbourne? And he goes like, that's in Australia. Australia is that little land at the bottom of the map. That's Australia, right? Yeah, that's Australia. And I looked at my friend and I said, mate, we need to go to Australia and buy the red car. And two friends said, let's go. So I went home. I was studying bachelor's second year BCom. Went home to my dad. I said, Daddy, I want to go to Australia to buy a red car. Dad laughed and said, okay, which consultancy did he go to? We went to the same consultancy, started all the process. July 2001, I did my bachelor's exam. August 5th, 2005, I was in Australia. The reason I came to Australia is to buy a red car, and that's it.
Did your friend as well come?
So after I came here, 2 years later, I was too bored. There was nobody to play cricket. Picked up the phone.
Such an Indian thing to say.
Picked up the phone. I said, mate, you need to move to Australia. He said, yeah, all right. He moved. Within 3 months or 4 months, him and I at 8:30 in the morning eating chips at McDonald's. We said, mate, we need to call Paddy as well. So this guy, the first guy was Rama. And then we said, we need to call Pradeep as well. I said, yeah, sure. So we picked up the phone. Pradeep was already working at a software company. He bought a car. He had a girlfriend back then. And then, mate, you need to come to Australia. And he goes like, yeah, all right.
Can't believe.
And then it was 8:30 in Australia when we called him. It was 4 o'clock for him, 4 a.m. in India. He was like, yeah, all right. And then I think around 2:30 or 3 o'clock Australian time, we get a phone call saying that, mate, I resigned. I'm coming. So he came. 2-3 years later, we called another guy who was already a chartered accountant. He was in England and he was Dubai and everywhere. And he goes like, man, you need to come to Australia. He goes like, yeah, all right.
Do all your friends say it like that?
So 8 people, we played cricket in our street. They're all in Brisbane now.
You're kidding.
For the past 15 years, we still make sure we at least meet once a month. And in the past 2 years, we are all the board members.
What?
It's all 4 of our friends are part of these 7 members of owning these companies.
This is crazy to me. Firstly, hats off to your friends who
Hats
just
off to you because he has some incredible convincing power.
Yeah, he's like, come to Australia.
Okay.
Like,
It's like,
it takes massive out of me when I have to convince her to book flights for Melbourne. Like, I have to convince her for fucking 5 hours. And then there's you. You call your friend, come to Australia. Yes, I'll come.
Did you watch that movie of that lady, the Shahid Kapoor falls in love with that robot?
Yes,
Lady.
yes. Tere baaton mein ulja kiya, something like that.
Something like that, right? And the lady who's a heroine, I don't know. And
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, she reminds me of this story because whatever Shahid Kapoor says, she goes, "Okay." That's exactly what happened. I said, man, you need to come to Australia. They go like, "Okay." They came.
That is so funny. That is hilarious to me, to be honest.
I love that story.
That's
And
how
I
it
think
happened.
what I love more about that story is these are the people you're working with now
Yes.
and you have a business with.
Unfortunately, yes.
Why is that an unfortunate
Oh,
thing?
I want to have new friends. They've been my friends for 30 years. Like, I met them when I was 15. And they're still my friends. Like, why? Just leave me. I want new friends.
You're the one who called them. So.
I know.
To play cricket. Now you have a whole team here.
I know. We did play cricket too, by the way. There's a thing called warehouse, and we used to play cricket. And they continued, and I hung up my boots for a while, but it was a good story. So there you go, that red car. And when did I ended up buying a red car? Probably a year ago.
Really?
For the past 24 years, I did not purchase that red car.
Why?
Because whenever I went to the showroom, I was telling the money I have, and they were telling me what they had, because beggars can't be choosers. I go like 5,000 rupees or $5,000. They go like, nah, mate, this is a brand new showroom, not a second-hand showroom. So please, sir, please, sir, please, sir. All right, that car, that's it. I go like, fine, all right. So for the past 4 cars I purchased, it's like money I show, they show me the car. I think a year ago, Paddy said, mate, buy your red car. Every other person bought a red car. All other friends, they bought red cars, and I didn't. And I go like, let's buy a red car, mate. So this time, a year ago, I said, you know what? The color. I don't care what brand it is. I don't care if it's got air conditioning inside it or not. I want a red car, and I bought a red car.
But you bought a Tesla.
I don't care about the brand. I just bought a red car.
That's a good-
I would have been happier even if the Holden Barina red car. I just wanted a red car.
No, that's a great story. I love that. This is amazing. So I want to know your
Yes.
journey from when you first landed here to the person you are now, who runs businesses, multiple businesses. You've changed careers in between. You've met your partner. You've invited your friends here. Like, so much has happened in those years. Can you walk us through that journey?
Interesting journey. I must say that I've been like a, what you call God's favorite child.
Love that.
Very blessed child, I must say. Nothing I inspired to be. I just happened to be the right place at the right time. Like how many times you hear a story of having your own close friends with you for the past 30 years, 10,000 kilometers from the place you played cricket with, you know? And how many times you hear a story of an Australian wife cooking sambar every day? It's just the right place at the right time, I guess. Um, and you start like any migrant, I guess. You come in, and friends have been a big part. My first job, one of my friends referred. Then I worked in Hungry Jack's. One of my friends referred. Applied for ANZ Bank. One of my friends gave me a good reference because I was working under him. He was my boss. I came to Brisbane. One of my friends bought a business and he said, "Hey, Krish, do you want to come in?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And then all the jobs I worked as well, it was always my friends referring, "Hey, Krish, do you want to do this? Do you want," like even today, like Paddy was the guy who was owning the business. He said, "Krish, you want to come and work for me or work with me?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So it's been very fortunate to have such friends. Like my doctor is my friend, a Telugu guy. The guy who gave me a home loan is a friend of mine. So it's been a very influential of them having on my life in that professional career as well. And as I said, happened to finish my CPA and got a good job. Then I happened to have an incident, not a disagreement. It's like an ego thing because I was doing accounting and we had an implementation, an ERP implementation in the organization, and that guy was very good at Excel. I was not so good at Excel. I was okay. So he was splitting the cell. You have this surname and first name, right? So he was splitting and adding it. I didn't even know what you call that. That I think data cells or concatenation. I didn't know that. And I asked him, "Hey, mate, how do you do that?" And he jokingly said, "It costs you $100 an hour." I said, "Yeah, mate, come on, show me." He said, "No, it should cost you $100. I said, "Oh, fine." So I went out, Googled it or YouTubed it, learned it. I think within 20 minutes, I went back to him and I said, "This is how you do it." And he was laughing. And I said, "Well, I think I should do that job." So I said, "Oh, I want to do an implementer's job, a software implementer." I said, "Sure." So started looking at what roles are there as a software implementer because I didn't have experience. Then I said, "Oh, nobody would give me a job." So I said, "Okay, how can I prove to my future employer that I can actually do the job?" So one of the requirements was able to train in software. So I recorded like Mayob software, uploaded into YouTube, purely for the purpose to show the future employer that I know how to do the job.
Yeah.
And they saw the video and I got a job. And then like I upload like 60 videos or something, like 30 Mayob and 30 Excel. I did like in 2 days because the whole idea was for me to show the future employer how can I do the job. And I was expecting 20 views in entire 60 videos. I think 10, 11 years or 12 years later, it's got like 100,000 views. People are still commenting. People are learning as how to do stuff. I said, "Mine, I did it." So I got a job like that. So from accounting, I shifted to IT, and then from IT, I shifted to back to directorship and team management. And as I said, it's been an exciting journey. Nothing planned, but yeah, just happened to be the right place at the right time, I guess.
You know what I'm hearing from your journey? It's like definitely it's right place, right time. You have great people around you to help you and refer you and all of that. But I, as a person, believe that if you yourself as a person are someone who looks at life in a positive way, you are yourself a person who wants good for other people, want other people to rise with you, not like competitive, put other people down, you would like that, like not that toxic behavior. And if you are the type of person who just is that positive soul in general, everything happens for you and it will naturally fall into place for your benefit. Like that's just how it just works. You attract things, people and situations in your life at the vibration you're vibrating at, like definitely. And you say that everything happened at the right place, right time, everything happened, all of this, like you didn't even think. But it just matters so much what intention you have in your heart and what vibration you're vibrating at as a person.
You well put, well put. I think see, every person is good, right? And every person believes that they're doing good. Even if you take a politician, right? You look from outside, you get that guy. He's a scammer and he looted so much money. But the politician inside will be thinking, I gave jobs to so many people, right? So I deserve to make money. So if you look like that at a holistic level, every person is thinking that he's doing good, but it's how the society looks at them. And fortunately, you, like say an example, right? You go to a restaurant, you eat food, and you give, in Australia, if the bill's $100 and you give $20 tip, the waiter is really happy. In that scenario, you're a really good person. In America, you go to a restaurant, you eat for $100, you're expected to give $20 tip. If you give $15, you're a bad person. So the society always judges you whether you're a good person or a bad person. But as you rightly put, if you are happy and you are satisfied, say, hey, you know what, I haven't made anybody unhappy today. I think that's a good way to live.
Yeah.
And as I said, as you said, probably it's been nice to live life like this. Probably, fortunately, right place at the right time. I think that's why you need to eat gulab jamun every day, so you'd be happy.
I love that. I love that. There's something else that I gathered from your story, which was, I think, a large part of your story as well, which was the people you met, right? Like the networks you made, the people you met, the friends that you brought in. Obviously, again, kudos to the friendship that you had, which you established with them. Do you have advice for migrants or immigrants on how they can build these networks? Because a lot of us come here with, like you did, you just got lucky where all your friends agreed. But a lot of times you don't really have a family here. You're starting from scratch, from zero. So do you have any advice on that for people?
Absolutely. See, just probably everybody, you, I, everyone who's watching, probably one thing they really need to take away is your network is your net worth.
Everybody. I cannot even tell you how many people on the podcast have said that.
Isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yes. It's like, it's how many people you know that determines. And there's a great book I'm sure you all have read, how to influence people, like win friends, influence people, Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
Probably I would have read that 5-6 times already now. And some people are very naturally good at it. Some people need to learn the skills. But the thing is, you read this book, but where do you apply this? So sometimes you really have to put yourself out there. And unfortunately, because when we come from Indian subcontinent background, we come from, unfortunately, I have to talk about this topic. We come from a caste system. And different caste system has got different set of rules. And sometimes, because it's not good, it's not bad, I'm not making judgment here, I'm just stating the facts. Some castes, they are higher in the society. Some castes are not so higher in the society. Higher castes are actually having a disadvantage because they think, hey, I'm here. I'm not going to talk to anyone. And they have this superiority complex. Whereas the other caste people, they go like, oh, maybe not. I don't know what they think. And they have this inferiority complex. But when they come to Australia, the detriment they have is neither these people nor these people are able to mingle with other society, because these people, they go like, oh, I don't want to talk to other people. Whereas these people, they say, oh, I'm not sure, can I talk or not? But once we come to Australia, and just if we remove those barriers, that the preconceived notions, all right, Australia, new country, new person, I don't know anybody. What should I do first? First of all, the comfort factor is the language. Because when we come to Australia, or you came to Australia, I'm sure you had the same experience. How are you going? The answer was by train.
Yes.
Because how are you going? Isn't it? Exactly. How are you going? By train.
Funny.
How are you going? By bus. No. How are you going? Oh, okay. How are you going means how are you? It's the, we learn English, but it's the cultural, it's the local accent and local how they talk and everything. So the first comfort factor is your own language, right? So try to find people in your own language with those groups. Nowadays, you guys have Facebook. Back in the day, we didn't have Facebook, or Facebook was not even there. But at least when you have Facebook, even before you come here, and people are doing, which I really appreciate it, go and look for Telugu group or Haryana group or Pune group or Hindi group. At least you have that comfort factor. And when you go and mingle with them, that's where you make friendships, and that's where the age gap will be there as well. So try to find your own people saying that, all right, what did you do? What did you do? And how did you get into your career? Again, first day you will not get a job, but it's all about that network. So that's one thing where you can go and find your own associations, language associations. Next one, go to temples. If you're a temple, mosque, gurudwara, whatever it is, because that's a religious place. When you go to temple, people, I find that they will have less ego once you go inside the temple. So maybe a little trick is when you want to have a conversation inside the temple, not when you're going outside the temple. For some reason, I don't know why it happens. When you're inside the temple, the whole ego goes down. People are quieter, calmer. And then you can, hello, how are you? All right, I came new. Oh, all right, okay. So where do you live? Oh, we live in Gold Coast. Oh, what are you studying? Oh, that's good. Can I have your number? Is that okay? They say, oh, maybe not. Or they say, oh, of course, mate. 99% say, of course, mate. And take a number. That's one thing, temple. And the second thing, sports. Go to sports and try talk to your language people. So once you start networking with your language people, start see your IT person, accounting person, whatever person, have a mentor. So Dan Martel, have you guys know Dan Martel? Dan Martel is a fantastic guy. Everyone should watch. Everyone should follow him. He's brilliant. He talks about these 3 pillars. You need to have 3 people in life: mentors, advisors, peers. Mentors, advisors, peers. What that means is mentors, you idealize them. They are 15 years ahead of you. You will not have access to them, but you just watch them, follow them, social media. That's guru. That person is guru for you. My guru is Alex Hormozy. Brilliant. He's my mentor. He doesn't know me. I'm his Dronacharya. I'm his Ekalavya student. He's my Dronacharya. He doesn't even know that I exist. The next one is advisor, who's 2-3 years ahead of you, who's already been there, who go like, oh yeah, I think I've done this. A peer is just 6 months ahead of you, or who travels along with you. Once you find these people, start with your own language group and then slowly expand to the Australian people. I think that can work. Long answer.
I get your point, because once you get into the rhythm of meeting new people, at least for someone who it's a struggle to meet new people in general, like starting from meeting people from different cultures straight up can be like a big step. So starting small, like meeting new people from your own culture, and then meeting people from different cultures but also immigrants, and then expanding to local people could be like a small step to eventually get there. But I think that's a great tip that you said about mentors, advisors, and peers. I think that's so smart to like build your network and also listen to the type of content, especially when you want to be that type of person. Like currently I'm on a journey to build a freedom-based business, for example, which is where you like choose your own hours and put like not 8 hours a day every single day to earn money. You like put in less hours and earn decent amount of money. That's like my goal eventually to get there. And I follow a lot of influencers who have gotten there and listen to their podcasts, get their courses, get their subscription memberships, learn from that community, but then also try and I'm really looking for the type of advisors I can genuinely like have a one-on-one with, and they can literally help me do it, because it's so overwhelming with all the information out there to find the right type of person for you. And a lot of the times it's very informational again, like you listen to them and a lot of the times you struggle to implement it rather than just, I don't know, have that information, what to do with that information kind of a thing.
I can say that, if you started actioning it, you're already 99% ahead of other people. Because Dan Martel's one of the thing is JDFI. says just effing do it, or JFDI. That's his number plate, because we are all in this consuming environment. And I was actually attending another conference called this Business of Speaking, where you can actually speak and make money, and people actually pay money to speak. I said, oh, that's good. You guys should go into that. Now, yes, Business of Speaking. But one of the greatest line I took from that entire 2 days conference is stop consuming, start creating. And you girls are already doing it. And unfortunately, not 99% don't do it because they're in that consumption mode. So, and also, I think in even in business or in life, especially in business, you put 10 things out there, only 2 will succeed, 8 will fail. But people don't see that 8 failures. They only see the two successes, and they go like, oh, awesome. But imagine, even to get to this setup, how much you had to go through, right? You just said you started with a camera. What do you call it? With a voice recorder. And now you've got this setup, and nobody looks at that. So it's like, once you just have to start doing it. And exactly what you said, once you've started doing it, hey, you are well ahead in the race.
That's really good.
Yes, I absolutely love that. Now, you did speak of a framework there, but I know that you have your own framework called the Millions Framework, which, I've seen lots of LinkedIn posts around that. Why don't you tell us about that?
Sure. Okay. Again, I don't know how many people are into in your audiences who are in business. But yeah, sure. The reason I think I came up with that framework is the way the business works in Australia is people are really good at their craft, right? It could be an accountant, a lawyer, or a marketer, right? You're really good at your craft, and you get accolades from your colleagues, from your clients, from your manager. Krish, you're brilliant accountant. Oh my God, what can we do without you? Sanchi, Diva, oh my God, you're great marketers. And then we go like, I should work for myself. Because we see all these Dhirubhai Ambani videos and movies, and I said, I should work for myself. But what I noticed is being really great at your craft does not equal to running a great business. Because running a business, it's a craft on its own. And that's what in Australia we have a thing called working on business. And people don't understand what's that working on the business. So I came up with this framework. There'll be millions of concepts out there. So my framework is, because I'm a very simple man, as you would have heard me eating gulab jamun. That makes me happy. And sambar rice. That's right. That makes me happy. And I want everything to be simple.
Okay.
Have you heard of KISS strategy?
No.
KISS. In Australia, they say KISS strategy. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
Oh.
KISS stands for, if you're talking, is it a KISS strategy? KISS strategy is keep it simple, stupid. It's just like, just don't overcomplicate it. So I am a KISS kind of person. Keep it simple, silly. I mean, stupid is like too rough. So I call it keep it simple, silly. So my KISS strategy is, in business, when you're running business, there are different moving cogs, right? And the problem is, when one cog moves, every other cog has got an effect to it. So we need to understand how the cogs are moving. Another thing also, what analogy I give is, business is like a pot full of holes. You keep pouring water in, which is the money, and it has got all these holes, and the money will be going out and out and out and out. And you feel like you'll be exhausted, working so much and not making any money. So we go like, all right, let's have a framework working on the business. So in any business you take, it could be a smallest business of a Pani Puri guy to Ambani guy. The concept is, there are like 8 pillars of the business. And these 8 pillars need to be monitored almost every single month. And I came up with this concept called Millions. Now, Millions has got 8 alphabets to it. So MILLIONS. So in a simple sense, each alphabet stands for one area of the business, right? So very quickly, so the first one is M, is for money mastery. You need to know where the money is, profit and loss account, balance sheet. Just understand the numbers. The second alphabet is I, which is influential leadership. All your HR items, your staff, your meetings, performance reviews, whatever, recruitment, firing, everything is I. The next one is limitless marketing. The marketing is all about your digital marketing, SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, organic postings and everything. And the next one, MILL, it's called loyal customers. Australia, end of the day, it's all customer service. You need to understand the customers and you need to give them outstanding service, right? And then this one is I is for innovative technology, all about AI. I'm passionately, deeply in love with AI. Whatever AI, talk to me, I'll do it. AI. Next one is outstanding service. And N is for navigation excellence, which is the operation side of the business. And the last one is scaling. So what I say is in this millions, unless you have these 7 pillars correctly, nicely done, don't scale your business. 100 crore, 1000 crore, it looks good, but if your foundations are not good, then it'll collapse. So I said, I have these pillars called millions and these pillars, and I have my own 8 companies running on these pillars. So we have everything in million strategy, our folder structure. We're trying to do that in million strategy. Our weekly meetings are in million strategy. Our leadership meetings are in million strategy. So everything, when there's a problem, the first question we ask is, which pillar does it fall to? Oh, somebody resigned. Okay, it's an influential leadership pillar. Let's talk about it. Only talk about it, resolve it. And someone says, oh, we got a bad review on Google. I said, good. That's an outstanding service pillar. Let's talk about it, resolve it. And someone says the laptop's broken or, something happened. Oh, that's a technology pillar. So once you have these pillars, it's easy to navigate. So that's about millions.
That is so smart. Like, I cannot even tell you, I've never heard of this. Like, so many different foundations layout thing. And that makes so much sense because it's true. Like, I always keep saying, oh, I want to scale my business. But, like, I have none of those things figured out.
Yes.
Like I can't get there. I need to first do my foundations, like basics right. And once you have that right, that is the only time you should scale. Because if you don't, then you are either going to go into loss or you're not going to be sustainable. And
correct. It gets overwhelming.
Exactly.
Because we want to enjoy what we're doing, isn't it? What's the point of making, $1 million in the bank account, but you're too stressful or too stressed out saying that, oh, I don't know how this when the customer's going to go. Or, oh, I don't know whether marketing, will I have continuous leads or not? Oh, I don't know whether this person resigns or will I have capacity? It gets too overwhelming. So once you have these boxes or buckets, I call, then it's easier to manage. Simple brain for me. It just works.
Yes. No, I love that. That actually does me. Like, I'm thinking of, because I also work in a marketing agency. Yes. So I'm trying to put these in different boxes and it makes sense. It makes complete sense. And I guess any business really, right? Any business can operate on these pillars. But something you did say there was that it can get very overwhelming, but you have these foundations set up for you. But you do also have 2 beautiful children. You have a beautiful wife. You also participate in other communities as well and help migrants. So you do a lot, right? You have 2 businesses that you look after. You're also a board member of this other company which looks after these businesses. So from what I see, you have a fair bit on your plate. But you're sitting here with us on a Saturday, it's Saturday afternoon and smiling and, you're like full of life. How do you manage so much in your life and do it so well?
Let me put this on record. I have a wonderful and supporting wife. That's true though. That's true. Like, a lot of my friends, they look after their family. I do look after the family too, but they do a lot of work in the house too. And Felicity and I made a decision when we got married. Felicity made the decision that she wouldn't want to go out and work. She want to stay home and look after the family and raise kids. And I said, yep, all right, no problem. That means the responsibility of making money is on me. Now, what are the disadvantages? That means we will have lesser money than other friends. So we would be going out less. We wouldn't be able to afford to go to India or other overseas travel or any travel, to be honest. And that's the sacrifices we agreed to make. But also what that means is Felicity has given me so much time to myself because she was very supportive from the beginning, because she said, hey, you go out and work anyway. So when you come home, you be the good cop to kids and I'll be the bad cop. So whatever kids wanted, I was the yes man. So I was the favorite person, favorite parent. And Felicity had to pick up the slack, being the strict parent, saying no. It's hard. Like she did a great sacrifice. I said, even those simple things are great sacrifice. And then like even recently, only probably 2 or 3 years ago, she started working part-time, like 5 hours a week, helping karate where my kids used to go to. So that's why I think I had a lot of time. So the demand was less for me to be available to do household chores or even to mow lawn. So I'm a man, I don't mow lawn, so sorry. So it's a great understanding. But also, I guess I enjoy what I'm doing. I guess it's a good satisfaction when the results are good. Not all the time the results are good, but most of the times when you sit and even in say accounts advantage or any job I did, if the stakeholders are getting that result, they're making money, my clients are making money, fantastic, that's good, mate. I feel proud of it. And the staff and the team members, they are happy. They're happy to come to work. We changed the entire culture. Even in one of the companies, we said, let's go out and have coffees every week. It's a simple gesture. They're happy. So those things give me happiness, and also probably helping migrants, I guess. Sometimes it's a good ego boost as well. When sometimes they say, Krishnana, thank you, Krishnana, yem help chesnavu Krishnana in Telugu. I said, no, thank you, feel good. But inside it feels good too, it feels good. So I think that's where the relaxation comes in, I guess.
Yeah. I feel the key is definitely to enjoy what you're doing, because if you're not enjoying what you're doing and you're doing a lot of it, you'll eventually burn out. But if you're enjoying what you're doing and enjoying the process of building things whilst still taking breaks, I think it works. It works well.
Absolutely.
And having the world's best wife.
Yes, there you go. Yes, it's on the record now, darling. There we go.
But on your wife as well, I know that she's from Australia. She's obviously a Caucasian woman, Felicity. I want to know more about how you guys met, because you're obviously, this young Indian chap who's in
Hang on,
Australia.
say that sentence once again. Did you say young? Can
Yes.
you say that to the camera, please?
Look, I'm not saying you're not young now, but I am referring to the time you met Felicity.
All right.
What was that like?
I always say that I had the most expensive coffee of my life, because when I met Felicity, the reason why I came to Brisbane was to buy a delivery run. So there was a patisserie. They were selling cakes and pastries called Michelle's Patisseries. I don't think they're around. I don't know whether they are around there or not.
I've heard of it.
Have you heard of them?
Think
Yeah,
so, yes.
They were quite big back then, 2004. So I came to purchase a truck, and I was driving it. I had one driver driving it. So I was doing the delivery run, and Felicity was working at Robina here, and she was making coffees. So every morning I used to come for the delivery. Usually no one's there, like you come early morning, but Felicity used to come in. I said, oh, she's good. So she came in, and probably she thought in her too, oh, he's good too. So, all right, so that's good. I feel happy too. And then she used to give me a free coffee. Right? Free coffee. And I thought, such a good girl. She's giving me a free coffee. And we ended up going out. got married. Like we flew to India, all the way to Hyderabad. We got married in India, and then came back. And then I realized everything's happened because of that free coffee.
Yeah.
Actually, there was nothing called a free lunches anymore. Like that was the most expensive coffee because I had to marry her.
I had to.
Had to? No, I got to. So yeah, that's how it started. So it's a simple love story. There's no Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol love story or anything. You know, I just met her. She met me.
If you think of it, Felicity put her job at risk to give you those free coffees. So there was a lot on stake on her side there.
Probably that's why the company got burst. Because of that free coffee. See, darling, what did you make?
Dude, you're talking to camera like she's the only one listening to it.
But there we go. That's a free coffee story, and yeah, it was good. We got together and had to convince parents as well, as you know. You know, parents from India. When my parents came in here, I took Felicity to Ganesh temple here. There's a Ganesh temple because there's a bit of part of me I still believe like we need to have blessings, as I said, you know. So I said the first time I want my parents to see Felicity should be in a religious setup. So it was a great chessboard moves that I had to ask my friends to bring my parents to the temple, or I had to bring my parents, I think, and then Felicity had to come with my friends wearing Indian costumes, and she was like, and then I said, oh, you know, this is Felicity. Didn't even say that I want to marry her. I was so scared. And then it's like, oh, okay, oh, hello. And the parents, you know, they're smart. So they're like, oh, why is this girl coming in Indian clothes? And then she came back on the way back. She came to our house, and then, you know, I told my parents, and you know, that it wasn't smooth, obviously. They go like, oh, why gori ladki kya kar rahi hai? You know?
Exactly.
And I go like, no, she's a vegetarian too. I'm a vegetarian, so.
Is she?
Yeah, she was vegetarian even before me, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, she's a vegetarian. That's the main thing. I said, oh, good, I get to eat good food then. So yeah, it was difficult, but then my dad was understanding. He said, look, yeah, if you know kids like each other, then I think we should allow them. So he convinced my mom, but mom said, no, I think the marriage should happen in India because all our relatives are in India. He can't have a marriage there. He can have a marriage there, but the marriage has to happen here. So then I had to go to Felicity's parents and say, oh, the marriage has to happen there. They were okay too. So it was again all my friends, Felicity and her mom, her dad. We flew to Hyderabad, and then we got married in a temple. I said, this is going to be an interesting marriage, so I need blessings. So we married in temple, and we came back,
Yes.
and rest is history.
Damn, that's cute.
So you have, obviously you come from different cultures.
Yeah.
So what are some good things about being a couple from different cultures, but also some not so good things that come with being an interracial couple?
The good things is you will have a lot of respect to each other. You would very quickly try to adjust to each other. Because even as a personality, I'm an extremely extrovert person, and Felicity is awkwardly, shyly introvert person.
Damn.
So I'm all about my friends and parties and having friends in the house, and she's very shy, and she goes like, oh, no. So immediately with the cross-cultural thing, you not only as a personality, you kind of very quickly try to adapt and adjust to each other. Because you have to live together, and then you get married and living together. Even like she started cooking Indian food from the beginning. So she started making idlis, dosas, and all those things because I like food. No surprise. You can tell, no surprise. So she had to adjust a lot too. So probably that's maybe a difficult thing, I think, because when you wake up, you come from the same culture, you know what to expect. Like on Ganesh Chaturthi, for example, you don't need to explain to your spouse what is expected. Whereas in a cross-cultural marriage, I had to tell what Ganesh is all about and why he's got an elephant head and what do we do, why do we pray. And Felicity had to go back and check in the internet and cook modaks and all the pulihora and all the vada and everything, just to make sure that I am like my requirements are met. And then when I go to her parents' house, I had to adjust a little bit on the body language and behavior. Like I don't need to stand up when their parents come in or something like that. Simple things how we have to adjust. So it's a combination. It's good and bad. Is how you look at it. It's interesting. I would say it's definitely interesting, but I guess it's also exciting because you get to learn. You get every single day. Like I still joke saying that the first time I went to their parents' house or their because Felicity got a big family. Like she's got uncles and aunties and mamas and attas and nieces and large family. And the first time or the first few times I went in, I was actually when you're sitting like this, and I was constantly looking at the bottom because I was looking for subtitles. When you watch TV, you read subtitles. So I was like, it's an English movie. So where are the subtitles? No, it's a real life. So it's interesting too when you're looking for the subtitles, and then you get to learn, no, there will not be subtitles because they're real people.
That is hilarious.
That's something you learn.
Yeah, that is very, very funny. One thing that I wanted to ask you though, that being like an immigrant in like early days,
Yes.
right? When it was not very diverse, like Australia has become diverse in the past 7 to 10 years, I reckon.
Yes.
But before that, it was very, like you would feel like a different person for sure when you
Yes.
were here. And like you being here and starting your own businesses and being in that environment where you're like constantly interacting with a lot of different cultural people, did you ever feel like they didn't take you seriously?
Probably not. Probably not. I guess you only look at the mirror and look at yourself and said, I might look different. But when you are I don't know how it happened, or it happened intentionally or unintentionally. I did not think that I was different. Maybe, I don't know whether it unintentionally. And also, I tried to imitate other people because when I wanted to learn accent, some of my friends did not want to leave Indian accent in English. I was not like that. I wanted to learn Australian English because I come from a mixed family as well. My father is Telugu and my mother is Tamil. And my mother was speaking Kannada in the house. Because she was in our house, her communication was very limited. So I could see that language plays a big role and fluency plays a big role in expressing your views. So when I was talking to Australian, when I imitated, I wanted to make sure that there is a fluency. There is the thoughts should flow properly, and whatever they say should flow properly to me, and they should have a communication. And because I was consciously putting an effort into my accent and also learning their language, the colorful language they speak, and trying to use that language as well, probably my accent, I don't know, maybe I'm still 50% Indian accent when I talk, but probably the other 50%, it was Australianized. So people, when it's so funny, like even today, right? I always make sure that people hear me first before they see me. Whereas if they first see me, it's so interesting. Like they say, hello, I am David. How are you? I say, good, mate, how you going? And there's a 3 seconds gap. Always like that. They look at me and I go like, you didn't expect that to come out of this mouth, did you? They go like, yeah, mate, yeah. Hey, mate, so it's a good weather, eh? Oh, mate, yeah, it's a good weather, eh? All right, let's go inside. All right, you want a cuppa, mate? Oh, yeah, mate. A cup of coffee would be awesome. What do you want? Cappuccino? Oh, yeah, cappuccino, 2 sugars, mate, no sugars, mate. So when you talk like that, they forget that you're Indian. They have a nice conversation. That's right, mate. Yeah, mate. Oh, yeah. So all I'm doing is just imitating how he speaks, and he gets that familiarity. So I think I was unconsciously doing that from the beginning, just to fit in, mingle in, and that became a habit. That's what I suggest too. So when you go to a different country or any different place that you feel that you don't belong to, probably stop looking at your mirror. And just when you look at other people, you go like, oh yeah, I'm just one of them, and start to imitate them. And as soon as they have the frequency and the fluency, I think you feel that you're one of them.
Yeah. And the other way, like what worked for me
Yes.
is that like a lot of times I also change my accent when I'm talking to like someone native Australian or like native English speaking person. But I do feel like that I am just so confident in my own skin, body, whatever, that I don't feel like that I don't belong here. Like, and like when I'm in the when I'm in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
room, like when I'm in my office as well, like a lot of the times if I don't relate to a lot of the local things that they're talking about, I don't feel excluded. Instead, I ask them with curiosity for them to explain me what they're talking about, and then they show me,
Yes.
like googling it, and they're like, oh, this is what it is, this is it. Oh, interesting, that's really cool. And then like it's not like I'm excluded, I'm in the conversation just understanding what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
And they don't mean to exclude you,
Correct.
right? That's
Yes.
not their intention, but it's just what you just automatically presume in your head.
Exactly correct. And what you're doing is fantastic. I think you should encourage every migrant to do that. And I do that. I advise all migrants to do that. And that's what the culture comes in. Because say two Indians talk, they talk about Ganesh Chaturthi. Each of them, they did not explain what Modak is. They know what Modak is, right? But whereas when you talk about fishing, I have no idea about fishing. And if you are curious, and for us migrants, Australia may be new, but for Australians, migrants are not new. And I say that to everybody. Migration has been happening for 100 years. You know, whatever you're seeing, Australians, their parents have been dealing with migrants. So we are not new to them. So they're really welcoming, and they are genuinely want to have a conversation with you. It's just that us migrants also need to put the effort in. And I guess it all comes from that confidence level as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
once you teach or fake it till you make it. Some people don't like it. I don't mind it. Sometimes you have to put that brave face on, jump in, deep end, see how you go. Yeah, sometimes you will get a backlash or backfire, but 9 out of 10 times they're good people. They will want to have a conversation with you. They will genuinely want to tell you what they are all about, and it's a good country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
People love to talk about themselves and like explain their culture to other people. So I do see that very often. They get quite excited to tell you like, oh, this is what this is, and this is, and then they love talking about slangs. Like they love like, oh, have you heard of this slang? Have you heard of that slang? When you heard this slang, were you surprised? And that like really piques their interest. So,
Fair income.
100%. Fair income.
I love it. Like even today, I have a book that I write all the slangs at the back of the notes, and I go and write it in my Word document. I think I would have like probably 200 slangs that you use, and where do I use, where do they use, what's the origin, how did it come, and then I intentionally try to use those slangs in my language. So I love Australia. I like Australia. It's a great language, man. Oh my God.
Aussie man.
That's it. And that's why I love talking to truck drivers. They're my people. Truck drivers, construction workers. Bloody out.
That is hilarious to me. Well, our final question to you is that if you had to give one advice to your younger self who had just moved here, what would it be?
Don't marry. No, don't say that. No, I think I don't know. Like there's no regrets, because you only alternate your life if you had regrets, I guess. Like if you're unhappy at a situation. But I've been very fortunate, so I don't know. Oh, maybe. Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Advice is start networking early. Because I was very scared. and I was I was scared to talk to professionals. So I would say, hey, just put yourself out there. And with the opportunities now you have, even with Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, the information is available. You know where the people are, and listen to podcasts like you guys. Whoever is doing a great job in Australia, especially, go and meet people. Like you are very approachable. So find out people like yourself. You have done so many interviews, podcasts. Have a chat with people like yourself, and just start networking as early as possible. That would be the one thing I would say.
That's amazing. So if somebody wants to connect with you, talk to you about something, where can they find you?
LinkedIn is the best place. Krish Ravipati, CPA. So LinkedIn is the best place. Feel free to put my phone number as well as a scrolling number if you want. Absolutely feel free. I'll give you my email address as well. And I can tell you this. People say, I don't want to give my email address or phone number. You know what? Nobody calls. I can actually tell you know what? 0421 462 209. Call me now. I can guarantee you nobody would call.
And if you do, you can ask him any questions about business because he's a genius.
Yes, except that you want some money. Any advice, free advice. But hey, guys, call me anytime, not at the night, but in general, professional help or friendship help, any questions, anybody can call me. If I can help, I'll do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you
My
so
pleasure,
much.
my pleasure. And once again, let me put this on the record. I have watched your Instagram reels. I showed to Felicity and the kids. Absolutely impressed. Absolutely impressed. Like I live in Gold Coast. I made an effort to come here. What you guys are doing, I don't think you realize how much impact you're actually going to give to the new migrants who really are, because what happens in life, there will be like a low point. You'd be looking for someone. And when they watch podcasts like you, which is lively, enthusiastic, and full of life, so the person who's going to watch, they go like, you know what? I think I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll do it. And that one impact, like you would not do that. They will not come and tell you, but the impact they will have in their life is humongous. So I pray God that you keep doing this podcast for next 30 years.
Oh, that is so
Thank you so
sweet.
much. You have said so much. Like you've literally brought tears to my eyes. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming on. And for everybody watching, please like, share, subscribe to this video so we can keep creating content for you. And to Krish, we say goodbye. But if you want to reach out to Krish is available and he's given you his number. With that, say bye.
Bye.